If you're gaining weight but you're not eating more and you're not exercising less, your thyroid could be the problem. Dr. Snellgrove, what is the thyroid? What's the purpose?
The thyroid is incredibly important. The thyroid is a gland. It's kind of butterfly shaped. It's down in your throat, and you really can't feel it very easily. When you have a doctor come behind you and put his fingers on your throat and ask you to swallow, the swallowing mechanism lifts the thyroid gland up, and we can feel it that way. The thyroid excretes two significant hormones that basically control your body. I mean, for want of a better word, they are involved in just about every aspect of your body there is. The two hormones are T4 and T3. They regulate how you metabolize fats and carbohydrates. They regulate how you produce proteins. They affect bones, heart, skin, hair, attitude, everything.
Wow, and you can have low thyroid levels or high thyroid levels. So low would be what would cause you to gain weight, right?
Correct, and I have people come in all the time, they go, my thyroid's off, I gained weight. Wishful thinking in most people. However, some people, it actually is a problem, and when they come in having gained weight, we do the test, and there are certain tests you can do to check your thyroid.
So what would cause someone to have a low thyroid?
They can be born with a low thyroid. That's something we usually don't see in adult population. If they've had radiation therapy for any particular reason, that can have done damage to their thyroid gland and not producing the T3 or the T4. They can have autoimmune diseases, lupus, Hashimoto's thyroiditis. There's a whole list of those where your body kind of turns against the thyroid gland and shuts it off, and it just quits producing. There are several other mechanisms. Pituitary problems in the brain can cause a problem with the thyroid and just more or less shuts it off, and you don't have any more hormones being produced.
When you have something like an autoimmune disease that's causing a thyroid problem, is that something that could lie dormant for a long time and then maybe show up when you're in your 30s or 40s?
Correct. It very easily could, and we're not sure of the mechanism of that. We're thinking it's probably genetic. When you turn a certain age, the gene just turns on, and all of a sudden you start having problems. And you don't notice it at first, and it could be very subtle at first, but eventually you come in because a lot of people come in because they're gaining weight.
So what is the procedure to test someone's thyroid?
It's a blood test, and historically what we've done is we've checked what's called the TSH, the thyroid stimulating hormone, and it basically regulates the thyroid gland. But you just can't measure a TSH and know exactly what's going on. You have to measure the T3, you have to measure the T4, and you have to look at the pattern and decide exactly what type of treatment you need to give.
So sometimes maybe you would be able to feel a little bit sluggish, but sometimes you may not have any symptoms at all other than the weight gain?
Correct.
Very interesting. So what if you do have a low thyroid? What are the treatments?
It's easy. Take a pill. You take it once a day. It takes about 6 weeks, give or take, for it to regulate in your body. In about 6 to 8 weeks, we retest the numbers. We again look at the pattern, and we decide how to adjust it from there. Once you've got a good pattern going and we see normal numbers, you're pretty much on that dose for life. It is a lifelong thing.
It is. Now, and these are all things that can be done at Eastern Shore Weight Loss?
Easily.
All right, and they can find you in Fairhope?
They can find us on Middle Street in Fairhope, you're right.
There you go, and if you would like to call Dr. Snellgrove, we're going to have his phone number on our website, fox10tv.com. It's all on the Studio 10 page.